Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today, when I'm recording this, I'm 34 and a half years old. And actually for my whole life, I've been single. I've never had a girlfriend. I've never been in a serious relationship. So I just wanted to make a little video and talk about why that's the reason. I want to calm down a lot of guys out there who maybe are younger and tell you that life can be pretty good anyway. I've only had like short-term relationships, you can say. Not relationships, but short-term. Yeah, meeting women short-term, basically. But nothing really serious. The longest I've dated a woman was 10 months, I think. So I just wanted to go through a little bit to make a little like a story time video. Talk about why that's the reason, what I think about it, if it has caused me some issues and regarding this. So to make a long story short, when I grew up, when I was a lot younger, I always been very shy and very insecure. Especially when I entered the teens, it was not a very good place. I didn't like it at all. Sure, I had some friends and had people to hang around with, but most of the times, to be honest, most of the people I hang around with, I didn't really like. I just hang around with them because I was too afraid to say no. I was too afraid to speak up for myself and to do what I wanted to do. I think a lot of people can relate to this. And I mean, this is so related to the whole awakening journey, you can say, the spirituality, because the highest vibration of all is authenticity. To be authentic, to be the person who you want to be. It's even above love. Because if you can't love yourself to 100%, you can never love anyone else. Because you will start to resent yourself, and then you will resent your partner. I had no idea about this when I was younger. I was, like I said, I was very shy. Grew up in a school here, which is the same city I've been living in my whole life. That might also have had an impact, that I haven't really had a relationship. So when I started like gymnasium here, it's kind of like high school in America. I remember the first 1.5 years I hated it so much. I was like, it was a new school, I didn't have any friends, I was kind of like an outsider. Very, very shy to talk to new people. There were some girls in the class that wanted to meet me, wanted to see me and maybe date me, but I was too afraid, I was too insecure. Too shy, to be honest. And that had been struggling me for quite some time. It took maybe 1.5, 2 years, then it started to get better. I started to meet some friends eventually. But I was still this kind of like insecure guy. So what I did was I started to challenge myself. I started to travel alone when I was about 21, 22 there, because I needed to force myself to be uncomfortable and to really start to speak up and to kind of like, become better socially, to be more, to be better, to talk to people, you can say. I started also to work in the restaurant business, which helped a lot, to be honest. It's a very good place, I would say, if you're young, and because you get more of a backbone, and it's a special environment, you can put it that way. So that was a little beneficial for me. But then there's a lot of downsides in that business as well. If we go a little into my 20s there, when I started to travel alone, I really liked it, and I also traveled with some friends, and we had a good time. So for that reason, I didn't want a girlfriend. So maybe up to my 25th birthday, I didn't really want a girlfriend. I just wanted to be alone, because I saw so many people, they got serious when they were very young, and I was like, I don't want that. One of the reasons also, I should say, why I think I never had a girlfriend is because I grew up in a family where my mom and dad wasn't really that in love, you can say. They were very, kind of like a struggling relationship, I would say, like very nagging to each other. And you can clearly see that they didn't, I think they cared for each other, but when they haven't done their inner work themselves, it's very hard to live in a very good, harmonious relationship, I think. And you can clearly tell that, and later on they got divorced, but nowadays they are actually good friends. So they have a lot better relationship now than what they used to, which I'm very happy how it turned out. So sometimes it can actually be a good thing when people get away from each other and separate. But that could have an impact as well. But like I said, when I was around 20 there, I didn't want a girlfriend. I just wanted to be alone and do things, have fun, which I think most men should do. They should have a period when they do that, at least. It was up to my 25th birthday there when I kind of like got into a little tough period, when I started to really think back that I'd never really had a relationship. I thought back then that I was kind of like late, So I struggled a lot emotionally, like to accept that I was kind of like felt a little lonely in that way, and I was very desperate. I got very like I just needed a girlfriend. I even remember I like used to watch Bachelor from America TV show, sat there and cried to the show. So lame, to be honest, but that's how it was. I just wanted it so much. I wanted it so badly, to experience it. And then I think that lasted for maybe 2 years or something. I had a period there. I went on some dates, but it never really happened anything. I was a typical nice guy. I wanted to please the women, I wanted to be this good guy. And it was kind of funny because after that, because you realized a lot of hard truths when you acted that women don't like that behavior. And it's a very big difference between being a nice, like kind of this nice guy that's pleasing everybody, like a people pleaser, and being a good man, like being a kind, good man. But he stands up for himself, and he puts himself first. That's a total different thing. I think that's most of the cases why women are drawn to like these douchebags and bad boys, because it's not because they are acting bad in that sense. It's because they have this energy, this maybe masculine aura, and that they are acting more like a man, maybe a man on a mission, a man that puts themselves first, like I said, and that don't take they don't take any shit from bad behavior from women. Also, like they carry themselves in a more masculine way, I would say. I think that's what draws women, most of the women to them. So I got into something called Red Pill. I made a video about it. You can watch it up here. And that was very eye-opening for me. I got a lot of good things out of it, to be honest. It kind of, at that point, it really changed my life, because it made me do so many other things. I started to cold approach women, both in the gym, in the supermarket, on the stores, and on the streets, everywhere. I just wanted to challenge myself and to become like very comfortable with the idea, just go talk to people. So that was a good way for me to break down a lot of barriers and to really be more comfortable in that situation, and to cure my insecurities and my shyness as well. Not that I wasn't that shy at that time. It kind of like I worked on it years before that, but it was a lot of good things. And in the Red Pill community, they talked a lot about finding a mission, finding a purpose, and better yourself as a man, putting yourself first, and to work on yourself, go to the gym, like doing these things that creating discipline in your life and creating good habits, and be a role model for yourself, and be a guy that women want to be with, basically, and other men would look up to. Because when I was younger there, around 25, I didn't really have much going on for myself. I was pretty lame, to be honest. And I thought that my value was a lot higher than what it actually was. I thought that maybe men and women had the same value at the same time, but that's not the case. Women peak a lot younger than men, and men peak when they're a lot older. That's why a lot of women are drawn to older men, especially men who are like taking care of themselves, and they are putting in the work, you can say. Because we're looking for different things in a relationship. Women are looking for a provider usually. Nowadays this has kind of changed with the global economy and everything. But it used to be that they was looking for a man who can provide, protect, and to be like this. This kind of like rock that they can lean on, So someone that takes care of them and to act in a masculine way, And men, on the other hand, we want a soft, feminine woman who's caring, nurturing, and love us. That's what we want, basically. I mean, every man wants that, So we don't want anyone who competes with us. That's not the case. A lot of women nowadays in this world, they think that we want men, basically. That's why we see so many masculine women out there, which is kind of sad. Because that's why I like a lot of the Eastern European girls, because they are so feminine. The women there, they are very feminine. So many aspects of life. Yeah, which kind of sad in a way, because I think that's what's gonna like help build good relationships when we are in our own nature, like in the way we are supposed to be, like strong masculine men, very soft feminine women. I mean, that's how can you go wrong with that? But then we need to be, we need to be the good example as well, because if you're like a soft, weak man, how can you expect to have like a very feminine woman? It doesn't work like that. That's why everything is in this universe is built up between these two genders, masculine and feminine. We have these two poles in everything. So it doesn't matter where you look. Like that's why, like in gay relationships, you always have more of like a dominant masculine type and then a feminine, soft feminine type. So even in the two guys, there's always going to be a more feminine guy and a more masculine. And then when you have two women, it's going to be like these kind of butch, like girls, who are very masculine. So, I mean, we can't get around with this. Everything is built up upon that. So that's how it's always going to be. So I was in Red Pill for some time there. It helped out a lot. And then in 2020, I got into a different path, you can say. 21, I started to live a celibate life. I haven't dated now at this point for 3 years. I started to do it now in the spring because I wanted to check it out. Because I want to experience this. I want to have a good relationship. I want to experience that. I feel like I have such a desire to do that. But on the other hand, I know that when we put too much energy and we put too much emphasis on getting exactly what we want, we tend to create the opposite thing, because we're creating a tension in the energy fields. So I know that I have to let go of this desire that I need to have it. And I don't need to have it. I feel very good without it. But it's just something that I want to experience, Yeah, so after Red Pill, I got into the awakening journey, you can say, and everything changed. I realized now that there's a lot of misconceptions as well when you're talking about in the Red Pill and all this stuff. So I think that, if you just start doing the inner work and you like letting go of a lot of traumas and you start to work on yourself, everything will solve, because you're creating your own reality. And I didn't know that back then, but because I had a negative mindset and a negative energy field and everything. But now I know exactly how to approach it, because I create my own reality. Because everything is mental, and we start here. So what we put focus on and put our thoughts on is going to most of the time be the reality we experience. When I approach in the future now, I'm just very calm about it. But it has been tough, to be honest. I've had a lot of times that's in the spring this year, I had a little emotional turmoil, because I was letting go of a lot of the things that have been stuck with me, that I never really had anyone. I never experienced it, and it's been tough sometimes when I see beautiful couples, and you start to ask what's wrong with you. At the end of the day, you have to be grateful of who you are and what you are at this moment, and this time and day now, and which I am. So I have nothing to complain about that. But I'm pretty satisfied. That's kind of like my story, why I haven't had a girlfriend, and why I've been single my whole life. And I want to encourage you guys out there who are in the same position than me, or you don't rush. You're fine, man. I think you can look at it in this way. If you want to have a positive attitude towards it, like I've never experienced it, so I don't know how it is. I don't have any baggage regarding that. Sure, I have a lot of skeletons in my closet in that sense, but I never experienced true love in that sense, because I have that to look forward to, and I only want to do it once. I just want to find a good girl later on. I'm not gonna rush, because I know my value. I know it's gonna increase over time. So that makes me very calm and take this situation just chilled, Yeah, so you get to know me a little better. I hope you got something good out of it. Leave a comment down below if you are experiencing something similar, or you have a different take on it. Also hit the like button and share it to someone you know who might need to hear this, and subscribe to Path of the Divine as well. So actually now I'm gonna go to pick up my friend. We're gonna go to the airport. We're gonna fly to Greece for a week, to islands Crete and Mykonos. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I've been mostly traveling alone recently, so it's gonna be fun to travel with a friend again. So I want to wish you a fantastic summer and weekend. Talk soon. Take care.